Welcome back. Now let's take a look at some sports, and here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Many thanks, Ijoma. Action returns in this year's Federation Cup as the round of 16 matches takes center stage in the men's event on Tuesday, July the 12th and on Wednesday, July the 13th. Sunshine Stars of Akure against Aqua United, Crown FC against Enugu Rangers and Rivers United against Shooting Stars are some of the matches to look forward to in the round of 16. In the women's competition, the quarterfinals will be played also tomorrow. Portugal's football team, the Seleção, celebrated their Euro 2016 win with a parade through the Portuguese capital, Lisbon. The likes of captain Cristiano Ronaldo, Pepe and Nani were all on an open-top bus which drove past thousands of fans that gathered along the streets to celebrate the victorious national team. The Portuguese beat France in Paris 1-0 thanks to a goal from Lille forward Eder in extra time. Newly appointed Bayern Munich coach Carlo Ancelotti has pledged that there will be no dramatic revolution as he begins the task of delivering the prize the Bavarians crave above all, that's the UEFA Champions League. Ancelotti was officially presented at the Allianz Arena today as Pep Guardiola's successor, having signed a 3-year deal. And after 5 NBA titles, 2 NBA MVP awards, 15 All-Star appearances, San Antonio Spurs star Tim Duncan has decided to call it quits. Duncan, who turned 40 in April this year, announced today that he is retiring from the NBA after 19 seasons, all with San Antonio. He won 5 NBA titles in 19 seasons and was named Finals MVP 3 times. And that's a wrap in sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Britain's Prime Minister in waiting, Theresa May, has promised to build a better Britain and work at making Britain's exit from the EU a success. She said that at a press briefing outside Parliament after an hour when David Cameron announced his resignation as Prime Minister effective Wednesday, July the 13th. It also follows Andrea Leadsam's pulling out of the Conservative leadership contest, for which she said she did not have the support to build a strong and stable government. In her speech, Mrs May praised Mr Cameron for his stewardship of the Tory party and the country and paid tribute to Leadsam for her dignity in withdrawing her leadership bid.
Defined exclusively, as Liam has said, by the process of our withdrawal from the European Union. That's an important job and we're going to get it done. But we also need a government that will deliver serious social reform and make ours a country that truly works for everyone. Brexit means Brexit, and we're going to make a success of it. There will be no attempts to remain inside the EU.
Now, leaders of South Sudan are calling for calm following violence that broke out last week when forces loyal to both Salva Kiir and Riek Machar clashed in the capital, Juba. More than 200 people have been killed in the fighting, including peacekeepers. The UN Security Council has issued a warning to both sides to stop fighting for the sake of millions of people who would be affected. The Council is also calling for additional peacekeepers to be sent to South Sudan. President Kiir called for a ceasefire coming into effect at 6 p.m. local time. Mr Machar also told a radio station that his forces would observe a reciprocal ceasefire at 8 p.m. local time. However, it's unclear if a ceasefire has come into effect. And the main news again. The federal government today opened discussions with the leaders of oil workers' unions, Pengasyn and Nupeng in Abuja, in a bid to avert another fuel crisis in the country. At the end of the dialogue, both unions were satisfied with deliberations and said further talks will continue tomorrow. Also today, the trial of the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, and his deputy, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, over forgery allegations was postponed to September the 28th. And UK Home Secretary Theresa May has been named to take over from David Cameron as UK Prime Minister. Mr Cameron is to step down on Wednesday. But that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Binyaso. Do have a good night.